Be a good one here, and eventually we will like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, help promote and rank up my channel. So, everybody's going on about the election and all that. Tensions are high. People are having emotional breakdowns, and I just Ninja Turtles, man. So the writer of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 90 film, is pushing for a sequel. Bobby Herbeck revealed he wants to revisit the world of the 90s Mutant Ninja Turtles film in a potential sequel, which sounds amazing to me. It sounds awesome. I absolutely just that first Ninja Turtle movie is just so epic and timeless, and nothing that comes can compete with it. I don't care what anybody says. That movie was amazing. That movie is solid. It holds up to today. These costumes were absolutely perfect. The first two films were very strong. The first one especially. It had the emotions in all the right places and stuff. It was mature where it needed to be mature. It wasn't just flat out silly and ridiculous, but it was pretty fun. Quite a ride. And when I watched it a couple of days ago, again, since I don't remember when was the last time I watched it before a couple of days ago, it's just so damn awesome. It's so damn awesome still. This is a movie that I can always revisit like every couple of years or something and watch it, and I'm just like, this is amazing. And one thing when you're watching this movie is they got these costumes on full time, and it's not like all the Marvel movies, where superheroes always have their face uncovered. Tom Holland. Let's look at Tom Holland as Spider-Man. He spends a lot of time as Peter Parker. All those Marvel heroes, they spend so much time showing their faces. Like, what's the point of a mask? What's the point? What is the point when you're just running around all the time because you're a celebrity? You need to self-promote. Like, these guys fully immersed themselves in these roles. They became these characters, and that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. This film is absolutely amazing. It has the humor, the drama, the action. Just really cool. Really cool film. It still holds up today. To me, in my opinion, it still holds up. So the idea as they talked about, we're trying to make that happen, he added. We want to do a reboot. We'd love to do it. I don't want a reboot. You can't reboot that first film and have something that's better than it. I just don't believe that. I think you can do something that maybe comes close to matching it, but I don't think you can recapture that and with a story that's going to play out the way that one did, where it had heart, drama, action. That film's just, you can't beat it, man. To reboot it would be a shame. Now, to do a continuation, you could do something like the recent Halloween that kind of disregards the sequels, but I think the second one is good enough to not disregard. It's the third one where the costumes look bad. It's the third one that just, it wasn't good in my opinion. The first two were really strong, really good. Especially the first one. The first one's a masterpiece of cinema. To say that, we want to reboot it, I don't think you should go there. I think you should do a continuation. Not set in modern day where there's been all this technical improvement and all that, and where things for the characters would have changed, where they're much older. I think you should do a continuation that disregards the third film, but is set in the time period that follows the second film. So, Herbeck said he'd like to see what puppeteer Brian Henson and Steve Barron could do with the modern film technology. And, I don't think they should go a CGI route, a Michael Bay route. No offense to people that enjoy that movie, but giant CGI turtles, it just doesn't work for me. It doesn't feel right. No, some elements of those films were done right, but as far as the way the turtles look, I can't get on board with that. But This original one, masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. If we could get a sequel to the first two, and how do you think it would be done? Do you think it would be a sequel set in modern day? Do you think it would be a sequel that follows the first three films, or do you think it would be like the recent Halloween one, a sequel that disregards every film except the first entry? Which way would you want them to handle it? How would you want them to do it? If you're even in favor of this film, maybe you like the Michael Bay ones. But I mean, there have been some really god awful live action. And what was that one with Venus? The turtle Venus was, and they had some kind of Power Ranger crossover or whatever. They had that TV show with just no, no. If you're gonna reboot this, don't re. I would prefer you not to reboot it. I would prefer you just to continue things where they left off. Because I think this is one of the greatest movies of all time. Yes, I'm talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, one of the greatest pieces of cinema of all time, one of the greatest films of all time. Yes, I said that. No. Anyways, big good one here. Eventually we will. Comment down below. Let me know if you would want them to do a sequel that follows the first three films, a sequel that disregards one of the entries after the first film. Would you want them to set it in modern times? Of course, the Turtles would be pretty aged. The characters, the supporting characters would be pretty aged. But would you want a reboot set in modern day? Would you want a sequel? Do you want a sequel that disregards other entries? Do you want a sequel that's set in the time period where these films were actually made? Let me know your thoughts and opinions, because this sounds pretty interesting, pretty exciting to me. Even though I constantly like, oh, do we really need another sequel? Do we really? It could be cool. I mean, there are a lot of films that I just get on. Do we really need a sequel to that? Do we really need a prequel to that? Come on. Do we really need a reboot to the prequel or the sequel? Do we? So, I mean, this. Obviously, I could never get a sequel to this, and I'd be satisfied with what I got, because I think the first film is an absolute masterpiece, and the second film is pretty close to matching what the first film done. So I'm perfectly fine with getting nothing else, because I've got those two, and that's great for me. I can rewatch them anytime, and apparently they still hold up to how I felt about them in the first place. So, comment down below. Stay awesome. Rock on.